Oh dear Lord, the Sky are screwed. The Sky are screwed. You might say, the sky is falling. Ba-dum-bum. But yeah, the Sky GM has come out. Apologies there. The Sky GM has come out and talked about the team's bad start, and there are some things that I'm like, oh dear God, this team is screwed.
The Chicago Sky didn't just throw Angel Reese under the bus, they revved the engine, floored it reverse back over her, and then looked straight into the nearest camera to make sure the whole thing made SportsCenter when your general manager Jeff Pagel publicly drops the line, "We need more out of you." While naming you specifically, that's not constructive criticism, that's a carefully orchestrated hit job. That's the basketball equivalent of slapping someone across the face with a press release. It's less about motivation and more about making a statement. The Sky is frustrated and Angel Reese is officially the lightning rod.
It's going down in Chicago. Down in Chicago. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager Jeff P. throwing Angel Reese under the bus. He said he's had enough of missed layups.
Angel Reese strutted into the WNBA with more confidence than Kanye at a fashion show and attracted about as much media frenzy as Taylor Swift showing up at an NFL game. She wasn't just a rookie, she was the Kai Barbie, decked out in charisma, drenched in hype, and carrying expectations so heavy you'd think she was hauling championship trophies on day one. Fans were sold a dream, a walking headline, a brand in motion. But fast forward a few games and suddenly the Chicago Sky front office is treating her like a clearance rack Barbie with scuffed heels and missing accessories.
Absolutely dreadful again. And I had just complimented Angel Reese for being efficient. I had just complimented Angel Reese for putting together a respectable performance. Of course, the Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter. All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare.
The general manager Jeff Peglower, who let's be honest isn't exactly known for his finesse, decided to skip the usual coach speak and go full scorched earth in a live press conference. He didn't bother with vague platitudes or blanket statements like, "The whole team needs to step up." Nope, Jeff grabbed the mic like it was a courtroom drama, stared down the media, and fired a direct shot. "We need more out of Angel Reese." Not a whisper, not a hint. He called her out by name under the spotlight, leaving no room for interpretation subtlety that left the building with last season's merch.
There's a lot of game left, but this is unexpected, and I've been very disappointed. General manager Jeff Pagel told us sometimes as he sat in seats at Barclays Center watching his team win a shoot-around. We had pretty big, significant expectations for the season, which is why I made the moves I made. His assessment was that the Sky's 2-6 need to improve everywhere going into to address the lack of cohesion of defensive core shooting. Going into Tuesday night's loss, they let a league worst 90.1 points per game. We're shooting just 30 times.
And if you thought that was spicy, that was just the appetizer. What happened behind closed doors made that look like a polite brunch. According to insiders, things went absolutely nuclear. Voices were raised to glass-shattering, deck fingers were pointed like weapons, and chairs were allegedly shifted in ways that suggested they were this close to being thrown. The walls of the locker room might still be vibrating from the fallout. It wasn't just a post-game meeting, it was a full-blown group exorcism, disguised as a team talk. Think team therapy session minus the therapy plus a generous helping of unresolved tension.
Let me start it over here. So Angel Reese's hair was pulled, and she immediately, oh my God, she pushed the player. Camila Cardoso stepped in. Come on, bro. This is bad. Angel Reese did speak to reporters immediately after the game. Check out what she had to say. Roll the footage, man.
And it's kind of been a path all my career. I came out of high school as the number one wing and trying to get back to that, trying to get back to being super versatile. And Tyler made that emphasis early on in the season. And I didn't understand it. And I really was kind of confused, trying to figure it out, and I'm still figuring it out.
Now, to be fair, Angel Reese hasn't exactly been torching the Nets this season. In 2025, she's putting up 10 points per game on a chilly 35% shooting from the field. She's still crashing the boards like a bulldozer on a mission, averaging 12 rebounds per game. Credit where it's due. But let's be real, rebounding alone doesn't win games when you're clanking wide-open layups like it's a free throw contest for bricks. If we had $1 for every point-blank shot she's botched this season, we could probably pull enough cash to buy the entire Chicago Sky front office and still have change for a hot dog. Compare that to her rookie campaign 13 6 points a night on a slightly more respectable 39% shooting. Sure, it wasn't exactly Steph Curry level efficiency, but no one expected her to splash threes from the logo. What we did expect was for her to make the easy shots, especially the ones within 3 feet of the rim. Instead, it's been a frustrating mix of hustle hype and missed opportunities. The potential's still there, but at some point potential needs to translate into production. Otherwise, all that swagger just starts to look like smoke.
Point is, you're posting this, you've got a game at 11 a.m. Central Time, and you are a 6'3" forward shooting 36% from the field, and you're averaging over 3 points less a game than you were last year, and you can't even get a block shot at your height. You're also, by the way, down a rebound and a half a game. And this is what you're worried about, is social media chatter. And look, she must... I think here's the thing. She must love this. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep crashing out and posting things like this. Guys, this is cringe.
But Jeff wasn't just crunching stats or reading box scores. Oh no, this was much deeper. This was about accountability, the corporate buzzword that usually means someone's about to get politely roasted in public. She's had some great games, he said, with all the enthusiasm of someone trying to compliment a salad at a steakhouse, and some games that haven't been her best. That's GM speak for we're pacing holes in the carpet backstage while publicly pretending everything is fine. But then came the cherry on top, the PR gold nugget. We need her to help us in other ways too. Oh really, Jeff? What ways are those exactly? Running halftime trivia, handing out foam fingers, because if Angel Reese is now expected to be the franchise's spiritual mascot, that's new. But let's be honest, other ways in basketball isn't code for makeup tutorials or posting motivational quotes on Instagram. It means doing the dirty work, hustling on defense, diving for loose balls, bringing fire to the huddle. It means energy, grit, and leadership, the invisible glue that holds a struggling team together. And when that jump shot isn't falling, those are the things that separate the good from the great.
Is under fire from the Chicago Sky general manager. The general manager names Angel Reese by name and says, we need more out of you. Now I'm scrolling through Twitter, doing my thing. You guys know how I do. Got the air breathing through my hair in those Twitter streets. I do. And I take a look and I see something that catches my attention. The Chicago Sky make a request to Angel Reese amid losing streak. Interesting. What is this request?
Let's not forget the irony here. The Chicago Sky are flailing with a 2-6 record, surrendering a league-worst 90 points per game and clanking shots at a tragic 39% from the field. But somehow the front office decided it was time to toss Angel Reese under the bus, like she personally deflated the basketballs. Forget that Courtney Vanderloot, one of the most experienced playmakers in the game, is sidelined for the season. Forget that coach Tyler Marsh built an entire offensive scheme around Camila Cardoso, who by the way has been about as reliable as a dollar store umbrella in a hurricane. But sure, let's pretend Angel Reese is the entire problem. At this point you have to ask, is this even about basketball anymore, or is it about branding and optics? Angel was marketed as the savior, the Gen Z magnet, the TikTok queen, meant to revitalize fan engagement. She was supposed to bring the LSU magic and NCAA glory to the pros. But when you're bricking layups and trailing by 20, nobody's buying merch or watching lip sync. TikTok's branding is cute, but buckets matter, and right now Angel's brand is getting dragged harder than Kane Clark trying to draw a foul.
Guys, that the general manager Jeff Pagliocca, is it Pagliocca or Pagliosa? You guys know I'm bad with names. But pretty much he's opened up the publications about his team's performance and shared his thoughts on how Angel Reese could contribute more to their team's goals, and admits he's disappointed with the start to the WNBA season. What did you expect, Jeff? You sold your future for the present. You really had in your head that Angel Reese is a #1 talent. She's a superstar. And you guys continue to inflate her head, inflate her mindset, which feeds the mentality.
You know what else you can kiss goodbye? That glitzy curated influencer lifestyle they pushed on Angel Reese like it came with a rookie contract. Let's not pretend this was some rogue diva move. Front office insiders are whispering that the Chicago Sky encouraged her to lean into the Kai Barbie persona, brand deals, red carpets, photo ops. They wanted the spotlight, they needed it. So when she's a little rusty at practice after a night of smiling for cameras at some fashion gala, suddenly it's her Fault now the same executives who booked her for campaigns or doing shocked Pikachu faces like she showed up in stilettos instead of sneakers. Let's talk about Jeff Palua too. This man didn't just stumble into the GM role, he architected this entire chaos. He built the roster, signed off on the coach, approved every marketing stunt, yet somehow when it all starts looking like a mid-season meltdown, it's Angel taking the fall. Please, she's 22, she's still learning the league. Meanwhile, Jeff's throwing bricks from inside the very glass house he designed. If accountability had a hall of fame, Jeff wouldn't even make the ballot. Take some ownership, or at least drop the stones before the whole place shatters by.
Haters never intended to talk about bias in sports, let alone the world, right? But they clear get into a bag. You try to flex on this? It's not impressive. Boy, this can't be real, dog. Does he know what rebounds mean? T-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. You really think you gonna make a lot of money with this merch? Saw a girl make a video. She was like, I can't wait to get my sweatshirt. I can't wait to get my hat and my rebound merch. Y'all remember when Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers? He was shooting poorly. They was calling him Westbrook. But imagine if Westbrook would have took that Westbrook, trademarked it, and made T-shirts and sweatshirts. Rebounds is an asshole. It means all your rebounds are coming from your miss. You really want your fans to be rocking merch that actually insults your play? I mean, if you make a lot of money, you're going to have thousands and thousands of people wearing merch that insults you.
Now look, this isn't a cancel Angel story. She's not a lost cause, not even close. Angel Reese has shown flashes of the brilliance that made her a household name before she even stepped on a WNBA court. Her rebounding is tenacious, her energy infectious, and she's undeniably one of the hardest working rookies in the league. She said it herself, I put my head down and work every single day. I know the results will show, and maybe they will, but in Chicago, patience is starting to wear thin. This is a team that banked on her being the cornerstone, the face of the rebuild, the spark to reignite a franchise, but so far they've gotten turbulence instead of takeoff, inconsistent play, flashes of brilliance clouded by growing pains, and now whispers are turning into real conversations. The GM is quietly combing through other roster. Scouts are circling like hawks, eyeing more polished forwards. No one's shouting trade just yet, but you can smell the smoke, and where there's smoke there's usually a Woj bomb. One click away. This isn't just about missed shots, it's about a team wondering if they jump too soon and whether they're willing to wait while the spotlight burns hot.
In the front office of this organization, and you are wondering why you can't get high performance out of your superstar number one player and why the team chemistry is just not there. You literally have a team full of old veterans. You guys see it every night. They don't have any juice.
And while we're on it, how is the first name out of Jeff's mouth Angel Reese, but not Camila Cardoso? She's also been underperforming, so either Jeff's got selective memory or he's got a favorite child syndrome. Either way, the optics are not good. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here giving life to the entire league. The one player people literally fly out to see her games. Do 66 million viewers on ESPN, while other WNBA games are struggling to hit double digits, and yet somehow people keep trying to drag her into messes. She didn't start say what you want, but Caitlin's got decorum. She doesn't clap back, she doesn't sulk, she just puts up numbers and keeps it pushing. And don't think the league's blind to this. Caitlin Clark is about to be the first WNBA player to make $1 million a year because she is the needle mover. Angel's team may be falling apart, but Caitlin's selling out arenas, shaking hands and shooting 50% from three. And as one fan said, she's the GOAT, she signed my jersey. I cried. When was the last time someone cried over an Angel Reese layup?
Turned it into a bag. We try to flex on this? It's not impressive. Boy, this can't be real, dog. Does he know what rebounds mean? T-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. You really think you gonna make a lot of money with this merch? Saw a girl make a video. She was like, I can't wait to get my sweatshirt. I can't wait to get my hat and my rebound merch. Y'all remember when Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers? He was shooting poorly. They was calling him Westbrook. But imagine if Westbrook took that Westbrook, trademarked it, and made T-shirts and sweatshirts. Rebounds is an asshole. It means all your rebounds are coming from your miss. You really want your fans to be rocking merch that actually insults your play? I mean, if you make a lot of money, you're going to have thousands and thousands of people.
At this point, the Sky organization is sending a message loud and clear. This is a business, not a fan club. If Angel can't produce, if she can't stop hitting the backboard like it's a pinata, then she's not untouchable. That Chai Barbie shines. It's starting to dim. The same spotlight that made her famous is now making her sweat. The clock is ticking. The locker room is whispering. The fans are watching, and Jeff Palua has got his finger hovering over the rebuild button. Angel Ree wanted to prove she was More than hype, now she better do it fast, because in the WNBA you don't get grace for long, you either finish strong or get finished, and if she doesn't turn things around soon, this won't be a story about a young player learning the ropes, it'll be about a franchise that gambled big on a name and lost even bigger on the scoreboard.